Hey, I'm Cece Summers, and I am still holding out hope that there will be an ending where I shank this bitch in the face. I mean, honestly, though, it's probably like I have to stake him because he's some sort of vampire thing. I don't know. Maybe set him on fire. Either way, bitch needs to die. We have gotten 8 just beautiful endings. Really digging it. Really digging being called a fuck up and a slut. I am enjoying my time here in the alleyway. And I guess let's just see how many endings are left and how many of them involve me dying. The hope is that it's not 100%. Okay, so if you remember before, he's like, go ahead and fight me, bitch. Come at me, bro. And then you're like, bet. And then you're trying to find a weapon, and you can either search your own pockets or his pockets. And searching his pockets did not work. So I guess we'll try search my pockets. Even though we don't have pants on. I'm not sure if maybe we have like a jacket on or something. But I think that's where I'm going to start. Because either we're going to find a weapon and die, because it won't matter, or we're going to not find a weapon because we have no pants on and then die. So, 2 very different endings there. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's rifle through our pockets, see what we can dig up in there. Your pants are gone, but thankfully Mateo didn't bother to rip off the rest of your clothes. Frantically, you rummage through your jacket pocket as Mateo advances on you. Nothing remotely resembling a weapon meets your fingers. He's getting closer. Okay, so it's a combination of both. We have pockets, but no weapon. You try the other pocket, and your fingers close around a pen. Oh, eyeball. Right to the eyeball. This has to be better than nothing. At least it has a pointy end. Just go straight for the jugular, bitch. You don't stop to think. As Mateo gets close enough, you step forward and throw all of your strength into one hard blow. The pen plunges into his neck. It happens so fast. Your fingers slip off the plastic as you stagger back. You can't believe you just did that. Your hand shakes as you cover your mouth. It's a good look for you, Mateo. Holy shit, you just stabbed someone. Mateo grunts in pain and rolls his shoulder. Blood pours down his chest from the wound, but he's still standing. I guess you're not as spineless as you fucking look. Your brain is trying to process what you're seeing. Adrenaline is making your head reel. The pen juts out of his neck, dark blood pouring from the ripped wound, soaking his shirt. Mateo's jaw is tense with clear pain, but he's standing. My guy, you have just been stabbed in the neck with a pen. And you're still gonna try to go down that pathway? Like, not even stabbing you in the neck with a pen is gonna make you change your mind about anything? Why isn't he dying? Why isn't he dying? He's striding towards you. You can't move. You might be about to throw up. You just stabbed someone and he's still coming for you. His bloody hand grabs your neck, hot and sticky. A thin, raspy noise is all you can manage. You're frozen as he shoves you to the ground. Uh-oh. He's got a fucking pen in his neck, you know. But he's fine. It's fine. What, did you think that would slow me down? I'm not as fragile as you are. You can at least take the pen out, man. You don't have to leave the pen in... Okay. He grabs the pen and wrenches it out of his own neck with an awful wet noise. Okay, well... Bro. And then he stabs us, doesn't he? Let me show you. For a moment, the pen drips as he raises it above you. Then his arm comes down hard. You'd scream if you had a throat left. Mateo's knuckles bump your chin, wrapped around the pen now buried in your neck. Faintly, oh, gross. Gross. You've been fun, sweet dreams. Thanks. Psycho. It's better than slut, I guess. Okay, so let's see what happens if you try to threaten him with a pen. Like, bitch, I'm gonna stab you. Better stay over there. I'm gonna get you. You brandish the pen like a knife, praying that your hand doesn't visibly tremble. What are you gonna do? Give me your number? Don't come any closer. Mateo cocks his head and walks towards you. You almost lose your balance as you stagger back and step on a can. The crunch of aluminum feels too loud in the night. He's not buying your bluff. Your sweaty hand is squeezing the pen so tight that the plastic creaks. You want him to back off, but if you actually hurt him, it might just make him angry. The choice is removed as Mateo steps forward and grabs your arm. Your thrashing comes too late as he yanks you close, the other hand grabbing your bare hip. His fingers bruise your arm, his breath disgustingly loud in your ear. That's it. I want to feel you struggle before you break. Yikes. That was real cute, you know. You brandished that thing like it was a goddamn weapon. God damn it. He slips his hand into his pocket. You hear a metallic flick, and suddenly a small, sharp blade is pressed against your neck. Mateo's voice is eager and breathless as your face goes pale. That's a real weapon, see? The knife pricks your skin each time he moves. The cold, sharp blade against your neck has your heart racing. I should have... In true MC fashion, we're getting into it. We're like, you know, maybe this isn't so bad. I love seeing a bitch break. Gross. Gross. Mateo lets out a long, satisfied breath. He sits down heavily on the asphalt. You can feel, ew, gross. You're bruised and sore, out of breath, covered in sweat and filth as you lie half naked on the asphalt. Eventually, your body tells you to sit up. Stiffly, shaking, you push yourself upright. Mateo rubs a hand through his spiked-up hair with a pleased sigh. It takes a moment for his eyes to find you again, as though he had forgotten you were there. His gaze, gross, settles on your face. Have fun? No. No, fuck off. No. The word comes out strangled. To your horror, Mateo lets out a soft, pleased purr at your response. Does he have fangs? Is that like a little vampire fang? He cradles the back of your neck and leans close to you. You shake, but there's no fight left in you. It's clear that no amount of resistance will stop him. Do you trust me? Fuck you! No! The question doesn't seem real. Your response is reflexive, disgusted. No! Mateo groans again and his hand tightens on the back of your neck. Good, you shouldn't. Agreed. His smile changes suddenly. Oh, now he's got an even longer little fang there. He looks dead. You don't know how you didn't see it before. All the sharp lines of his face are just as you remember, but you swear you can see the skull behind them. Guess the glamour is dropping. Only his dark eyes burn with life, something hot and wrong, like gore spilled into a glass of wine. Even before he says the words, you can feel the truth in your bones. I'm a monster. No shit. His hand on the back of your head is like an iron clamp. You can't move as he leans in. His lips brush your neck, but there's no breath. Hungry fangs sink into your throat. The touch is paralytic. Your back is locked in an arch as blood drains from your neck into his mouth. Mateo drinks the life out of you, gulp by gulp. You can feel him groaning against your neck. It's a deep, predatory kiss. You sink into it and you never come back up. I mean, it wasn't the worst ending we've encountered. Also, there was a little bit of a side there about being like, I probably should be worried about the fact that he didn't use a condom, which is not anything that you see in these games. It just kind of happens, and then they're like, sweet, cool, love that for me. And it's just never addressed, and every time I'm just like, aren't you worried about getting pregnant and having little murder babies with this person? Okay, so I feel like we did the hard and fast, like, way too into it, way too aggressive path, and he was just like, let's not. I don't want you to have a personality. I don't want you to enjoy the same things I enjoy. I'm the only one allowed to be super weird, so. But I don't think we've done the full, like, want nothing to do with this. How about we just be friends? Let's just be chill kind of ending, you know what I mean? So I guess let's try that and see what creative and fun way he's going to kill us next. Okay, so we haven't done this one yet. We did all the rest of them. Did not end well for us, surprisingly. So we're gonna try to do this one. Stop. You choke under. Gross. I don't want any more. Stop. Keep begging. Oh, God, it's the worst. He doesn't even pause. He's really not going to stop. Please. You're fumbling for reasons. It's hard to think while he's... You don't have to do this. Mateo twitches at your words. For a moment, his motions falter. That's the point. His grip tightens until you hiss in pain. I know I don't need to do it. I just like it. Don't you know what a monster is? It's very self-fulfilling prophecy, my guy. Maybe if you try to not be a dick, you won't be a dick. Just because you have a predisposition to be a dick does not mean that you have to just lean into it. You can just not be. You can work really hard to not be a dick. I mean, you don't have to be a monster, my guy. That's what I just said. For the first time, Mateo freezes. You catch your breath under him, both relieved for the brief respite and too scared to say a word. Silently, Mateo presses his hand against your throat. Your hand shoots to his wrist by reflex, your heart jumping. You can't pry his hand off. Shut the hell up, or I will hurt you. He's so fragile. For somebody who feels like he's so badass and he's a monster, he's a very fragile little man. Why? You're not supposed to be questioning it. Mateo's hand squeezes tighter with each word. You're supposed to cry and beg and hate me. It's like even just like the barest of scratching the surface of his logic, and he just fully falls apart. And he's just like, fuck you, you don't know anything, you don't know me. I'm gonna kill you now. How dare you? Okay, well, what if I do that? Then I can go? Mateo cocks his head. No, I'm going to kill you in this alley. A bone-deep chill seeps through you. He's not joking. Your heart is pounding so fast it makes you dizzy, but everything seems cold. He's not joking. You're going to die here. You're going to die here. That's it. That's the look I wanted to see. That fear and disgust. That's what I want. That's how people should look at me. Because you're a monster. Wow. Please. Your own voice sounds broken and foreign. The pathetic words can barely escape through the tight grip of his hand around your neck. Please, please, please just let me go. Mateo's movements slow and stop. You shake like a leaf as he stands up. You can't quite register what's happening. Go on. You wanted me to let you go. I don't trust him. Your legs are almost shaking too hard for you to stand. Pulling yourself to your feet is a struggle. You seem like, well, I let you go. Physically, I stopped grabbing you. So, knife to the throat or whatever. You take a nervous step towards the way out, the distant streetlights, but Mateo moves to block your way. He's not actually going to let you leave. It's just a tease. You can't get out, but you can't just let him take you again. You turn and bolt further down the alley. It looks like a dead end, but maybe there's a way out. You have to try. That's better than nothing. The ladder hangs almost too high for you to reach. If ever in your life you needed to do a pull-up. I'm gonna start doing pull-ups just in case, of this exact scenario where I need to pull myself up onto something. Just to make sure I can do it once. You're not sure how, but you scramble up the ladder and onto the metal grate, gasping for breath. Fuck. You drag your bare, shaking legs up the creaky metal stairs. They clang with each step. When you reach the next floor, there's a darkened window. It won't budge under your desperate hands. You bang on the glass, but nothing moves inside. A harsh clang from below lets you know you're being followed up the fire escape. You bite down a sob and run up the next narrow flight of stairs. Each floor brings another dark window, all locked when you try to pry them open. The metal seems to sway as you run higher and higher, and you pray that it's just your vision that's wobbling. You don't look down. You're high up. You reach the top of a flight of stairs, and your stomach drops. There's no more stairs. There's not even a window on this floor. End of the line. And now we're gonna get thrown off the roof. The sound of slow footsteps on the stairs makes you turn. You feel numb. You can't run anymore. There's nowhere to go, so... You barely move as he crosses the grate towards you. It creaks under each step. Done running? Shut up. His hand locks around your neck. You're paralyzed, your heart racing. Mateo turns you around and bends you over the railings. Bitch. No, here we go. The barely visible ground reels far below. You scramble against the thin railing, but Mateo holds you in place. He keeps your head shoved down towards the dizzying drop. His hand on your neck won't let you straighten up. He's pressed... Yep. Don't you remember what you begged me to do? You're breathing so fast it makes you lightheaded. You said, let me go. Ugh. Okay, well, what if I piss him off even more and tell him that I don't hate him? I'm just like, you don't have to be a monster. And he's like, you're supposed to hate me. And I'm like, but I don't. I don't hate you. Even despite all of the bullshit that you just put me through, I don't hate you. Could never. Oh, he's going to be so mad. He's going to be so mad at me. Yep. Mateo's fist crashes into your jaw. You're too shocked to even yell. It hits like a sack of bricks, shattering pain that shoots through your skull. I'll fix that. His hand slips off your throat and you cough as you try to suck down air. He left bruises. Your head is ringing with so much pain. He yanks your arm and hauls you to your feet as you stumble. Wait. Mateo slams your face into the wall. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Pissed. Your nose explodes into pain. When he yanks you back, you can feel hot blood pouring over your lips and dripping down your chin. It's joined by tears. You can barely see through the fog of pain. Mateo turns you around and slams your back against the wall. He's breathing hard, his fingers digging into your arms. His seething gaze drops from your eyes to the blood dripping down your chin, and for a moment, the hatred in his eyes falters. Uh-oh. Before you can say a word, Mateo leans in and drags his tongue over your bloody mouth. You twist your face away with a cringe. You can feel him panting. No, this is better. If you believe in me first, that makes it better. You keep telling yourself that, Mateo. He's mumbling words against your neck. I know how to solve a problem like you. The last person who believed him, he wasn't any different. That came out of fucking nowhere. White hot pain erupts in your gut. You think you should have screamed, but the only noise that comes out of you is a weak, surprised grunt. Mateo pulls back, watching your face with intense focus. There's a pocket knife buried to the hilt in your belly. The pain almost buckles your knees. Mateo's lip curls and he slashes the knife to the side, ripping you open. This time, a scream tears its way out of you. His hand pins you against the wall like a nail, the only thing holding you up. You can hear him panting, feel his hand shaking where he pins you in place. Mateo shoves you to your knees so hard that your skin scrapes on the filthy asphalt. You barely feel it, the tearing of your own skin just background noise against the blinding pain of your mangled guts. No. I thought we would have escaped the jump scares. Nasty. You know, there really is a lot of projection here with Mateo. He's like, you're worthless and you're trash and you're pathetic and useless and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't know me, my guy. You don't know anything about me. This man is like a walking piggy bank for therapists. Like, can you imagine the intense amount of therapy it would need to be to even start scratching the surface of this? And the amount of times his therapist will have to be replaced because he keeps ripping their throats out because they keep showing him hard truths or even soft truths, even just a little bit of a truth. And he's just like, gouge your eyes out, go fuck yourself. We still have some blank spots. I think there is probably more endings. I will not stop until I find one where I can stab him in the face. And if I can't find one, I will make one. Okay, so obviously trying to connect him with these hard truths is not his jam. He is not about it. So we can just tell him what he wants to hear. You're nasty. And then he's going to be like, fuck yeah, now I can kill you. Because I make good choices for myself. At your words, Mateo groans. His hands wrap around your neck, almost shaking with gross. Say that again. Go fuck yourself. You claw at his hand, trying to pry it off your neck, but it won't budge. Nasty. He's grabbing your neck so hard you can barely breathe. Fucking say it again. You're disgusting. Mateo shudders. His grip is so rough it's nearly crushing. You have no fucking idea how good it feels to hear you say that. See, like, the projection. He likes to be called disgusting. He likes to be called all of these things. He's gonna throw my body in the trash where I belong. You haven't been able to breathe since you choked out those last two words. Your head feels like it's going to explode. You can feel cartilage crunching. You're still alive, but you know in your bones that you're never going to breathe again. All that's left is for your time to run out. The world is going fuzzy. You can't make a sound. Your mouth is open, blood trickling from the corner, but you can't draw any air. Your time runs out before... Gross. You're disgusting. So last time, he was asking, like, we went into, like, the go hard, you know? Like, we are into it. It isn't even enough. We're having a great time, you know? Like, we're super consenting. We're like, this is awesome. Let's go. And he's just like, hang on. 1 second. You like this? And we were like, yeah. Should we not be? Was that I'm confused. And then he killed us. But we had another option. You what? Your heart drops into your stomach. He sounds serious about killing us. Surprise. He's really gonna... With a disgusted noise, Mateo pulls back and grabs your jaw. I told you I was gonna be mean to you. Dumbass. He grips harder, fingernails digging into your skin. Guess you were too fucking horny to see the danger signs. Guess so. Has nothing to do with the fact that you had to fucking hypnotize us to get us into this alley in the first place. You shove his hand away, your chest tight. Let me go. Wow, did you not hear me? I said, let me go. Cute. Let me make this clear. Mateo grabs something off the pavement. You hear the brief, clanking scrape of glass against asphalt. The last few dregs of stale beer slosh out of the bottle as he lifts it. You're mine. I'm not letting you go. That look in your eyes, that's what I'm after. That's what I need. You jolt at the sudden, tingling slide. Oh, gross. Disgusting. You're gonna make... God. A loud shatter makes you flinch. You feel a few amber shards bounce off your shoulder before jingling to the pavement. Please, no. You're shaking under him as he presses the broken bottle under your neck. The glass is nicking your skin, leaving thin, stinging slices. You don't dare to struggle when he presses closer to you. Gross, disgusting. His breath is quick. Go on, say it. Tell me what I am. A child. Call me a monster. You can feel blood trickling down the side of your neck. The shattered glass is slicing deeper. It's getting hard to breathe. You're a monster. No big speech that time? No long soliloquies about how he's a monster and nobody should like him and he does these things because he's a monster. Just getting it over with that time. Okay, I completely forgot that we never went back and did the yes answer. We did the no answer, but then just did not go back to the yes answer. And when I was looking at the ending screen, there really was only enough space on the screen for one more ending. And if I don't get to punch him in his stupid dick, I'm gonna be so mad. So yes, did we enjoy ourselves? Absolutely. That was a great time. I'm really glad that you hypnotized me out to this alleyway and didn't listen to me when I said stop. I had threatened you with physical violence to get you to get away from me, and it did not work. But you know, 10 out of 10 experience. Thank you so much. You don't quite believe the word until you hear it coming from your own mouth. Mateo freezes. He looks as surprised as you are. His gaze darts to the side and he bites his lip before looking at you again. Really? You swallow. Your hands are still shaking and you're not sure if you're about to cry. But don't worry, I had fun. I had so much fun. It's fine. You can't explain why you just said what you said, but the horror of what he did to you was a strange sort of thrill. You're still buzzing from it like a stiff drink. Yeah, I think I did. Does that make me fucked up? Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I am not kink shaming. You do you, girl. Or boy. Or non-binary friend. But the thing is, if you and your partner discuss things beforehand, are both consenting to this kind of situation, and have established safe words, and have established aftercare, you know, and you're both like, yes, this is what we want, this is what we're going to do, I'm into it, then more power to you. You do that. I don't have a problem with that. Who gives a shit? We did not consent to this. Multiple times. That's the fucked up part. He fucked us up because, you know, the hypnotism, the vampire eyes. Mateo swallows hard before replying gruffly. Nah, you're fine. Pulling on your clothes doesn't feel real. You wince as you force your sore body to move. You keep finding new places he bruised. The thought that his mark is going to stay on you for days gives you a sick little shiver of excitement. He's still staring at you once you're dressed. You're not sure if it's in confusion or reverence. You cough awkwardly. Thanks. Thanks. It feels like the wrong thing to say. No. Is he gonna kill us now? You're like, well, you weren't supposed to like it. With an uncomfortable cringe, you turn away from him, ready to leave this filthy alley and your bizarre new kinks behind you. Hey. A rough hand grabs your wrist and yanks you to a stop. Your heart jumps into your throat. Let me leave this goddamn alley. Oh my god. It's just gonna take my head in between his hands and pop me like a watermelon. You were good. That was really good. Thanks. Happy to have been of service. His voice sounds strange, almost shaky. Your wrist tingles when his hand slips off. On an impulse, you pick up your pen off the greasy pavement, pull a receipt out of your pocket, and scribble your number on it. The pen that you had to threaten this man with physical violence with, so that he would leave you alone, and he didn't even listen. That pen? That's the pen. You can't believe you're doing this after everything he's done, but your knees are still wobbling and some dark part of you thinks you'll want this again. You'll want him again. Hey, you hold the crumpled little scrap of paper. You know, 'cause, you know. Mateo blinks. He reaches out and silently takes your number. It's the gentlest thing you've seen him do. Your face is hot, and you swallow and hurry out of the alley. The night feels frightfully dark and empty, the wind cool against your flushed, battered body. Suddenly, you don't want to be alone in the dark. You turn your steps toward the bar and shoulder your way past the door. You're immediately enveloped by the warm hum of voices and the sweet notes of live music. You feel like you're in another world as you wander up to the bar. If ever in your life you could use a drink. It's not until you sit down that you realize you left your underwear in the alley. I feel like that's the least of our problems. Your face flushes red. You hop off the bar stool and speed walk through the crowd back toward the door. Is he eating somebody? He's burning our number? Nothing is good enough for him. That is so rude. Mateo is still there, though he doesn't seem to notice you. He leans against the wall, a lit cigarette between his teeth. On the asphalt at his feet, the receipt with your number on it is burning. He watches the flame creep over the paper as it crumbles. You hold your breath. You can tell you weren't supposed to see this. Mateo murmurs 4 words, and they sound like a promise, though there's no one around for him to be talking to. I will fucking kill you. Next one, for sure. You pull yourself away. Something tells you to not go back into that alley. You shudder as you stride away from the bar, down the quiet street. Dark and empty the night might be, but you're starting to think you don't need a drink right now. We need to go home. For the rest of your life, you'll never be able to explain why, but you feel like you dodged a bullet tonight. You'll never be able to explain why you had to threaten that you would stab this man in the neck with a ballpoint pen because he wouldn't fucking leave you alone. And you feel like you dodged a bullet, but you don't know why? You know why. You know why. Get out of here with all that. Yeah. Look at that. We did it. 15 endings. And we lived in one of them. And we did not get to do anything retaliatory. There was no vengeance. There was no resolution. We just got to leave. So there's that. Well, thanks for playing Don't Romance Me. I want to know what the deal with that lighter was. I'm still very curious about it because he was like intense about that lighter. Like, are vampires more flammable than humans? I don't like why would he have been so scared of this lighter? Like, I thought there was going to be something about it that was like magic or was the source of his powers or something like that. I don't think this developer has any other games out, and I'm very curious as to what the background for this is. Like, who are you? So let's just sit on the aftercare page for a second. I'm trying to heal. All right, well, that is Don't Romance Me. If you have any other game suggestions, do not put them in the comments. How dare you? How dare you? Stop doing this to me. I'm like kidding, but not kidding. Not kidding, kind of kidding a little bit. Mostly kidding. But it's fine. Thanks for hanging out with me here, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.